banned it out, is that would have been valuable?
The Natalia,
No. I'm talking about Valentina and pick something else up.
I think this is better because you don't have.
You need the cult altar as well.
Yeah, and also it's a good hero to deal with the Natalia earlier on because as a Valentina, you're fine if the Natalia is hitting your jungler, although the jungler does not feel fine because you're able to get some XP from the pokes that you deal. And it's a
May the
Lancelot.
blood of my enemies flow from my spear.
Ooh, interesting. They
Huh.
removed the mid-star themselves.
Aren't they supposed to be like the people who are supposed to be picking it up?
That's what I thought too. That Minstar could have been a great pick, but do you have any insight here, Midnight? Like, why do you think this Minstar got banned by Philippines?
Canon not ready.
I think they're willing to go for a bit
Team is banned.
for the Kishano. The only times we've seen Minstar being picked up is either there's a lot of dashing heroes, like for example Lancelot, and the Beatrix on the gold lane. So I think that's where they're eyeing at, and they don't want to be playing against Minstar, especially against their gold lane, if you pick up the Beatrix. And it's also good just to cover your bases if ever Philippines is forced to go carry.
At the very least, right? What's happening here for Myanmar is, I think it's favoring them because now we're not. The focus
See
on
value in
heroes
me?
in
Your
this
team
position,
is banned.
should.
we're losing sight of Zippy. He's not being focused as much on the draft.
And this is quite interesting. Brethren gets banned here from the Philippines. Are they potentially forcing a Martis pick here?
Or an
from the
Akai?
side, or even an Akai?
The thing is, jungle position is quite limited, especially for Ken at the moment. Like, I think the Akai is the only reasonable choice here, especially against a Franco. You need to be able to save your teammates as well. And with the the aforementioned ZP factor that Rockhard has said, I think it's still a battle between Beatrix and Carry. That's why I feel like both teams understand and think these are the only two options
This land
for
is our
either one of them. And I
homeland,
love
will
this.
soon
Myanmar
be
is
your
going for a
burial ground.
Lapu ban. You remove that away from Philippines, but there's still the Yuzong. There's still the Yuzong from Canon, which can be picked up. Philippines can actually pick up XP laner right now and look at potential matchups.
And this Naomi actually might be slowing down the draft of the Philippines. This Naomi pick, this Natalia is just... It can really deal with a lot that the Philippines can throw at them.
That's right. And not a lot of heroes can survive the early game onslaught of a Natalia. Really concerned about the, if you want to go safer route for the gold lane, I think Brody is a much better choice. And if you want to go that route, I think you should pick it up because Myanmar can actually steal it.
Yeah, I do think that the Brody is the safer option. They're gonna go for the XP lane first.
Although it's not Nakasa playing, this is still a very good choice for Canon, Teresa versus Faramis and Natalia.
I've been waiting
Alright,
for
the
too
carry.
long.
That means they're not gonna steal away the Brody. Still a very low CC lineup from Myanmar. They're lacking a lot of crowd control. The only hard crowd control that they have right now is Faramis pulling them closer. Apart from that, nothing else.
You have to go high here. You have to go high.
Yes,
I
Akai.
don't think Martis is enough.
100%.
They picked up the carry, especially against the Teresa. But what makes the game so hard for Myanmar is that Philippines can pick up the Brody. Now you get Barats. This is something that can be utilized with the Faramis. But still, you are up against a Valentina and a Teresa. These two heroes enjoy fighting into a Barats.
Oh man, I'm already thinking about how Myanmar could potentially pull the trigger here in team fights, but it's quite obvious in how they're going to pull the trigger in picking off targets. They have a high mobility in this Natalia and in this Joy, and it's going to be extremely crucial for Philippines to choose a gold laner to survive.
It's our
Claude.
showtime.
Oh yeah, Claude, yeah. Oh, that's a very good pick.
This is good.
Four heroes are countered by zero.
Faramis against a Claude, a Terizla, and perhaps a cult altar of Philippines as well from the Valentina. It seems to me that Philippines have drafted reactively, but it was a good decision to draft that way against Myanmar's draft.
I would say so. Except for the Barrett's pick, I love it. Again, I have to reiterate what Midnight said. The Kai would have been better because they need that tankiness. They need that disengage. And all overall, the early game and the mid game power spike for the Myanmar squad is actually massive.
Yeah, I honestly feel like they could snowball really fast if Philippines were to get a little bit too complacent early on.
maybe it's been too long since we've seen a natural good game for the Barretts, especially on the jungle role. But I don't think it matches up well against the Lancelot because the mobility is there for the Lance. In terms of jungle speed, I think Barretts is a little much faster, but it gets, you know, rectified because again, the Lancelot has just much more mobility.
And at this point in time, both teams are well aware that this is a medal match. Whoever wins will be going to the grand finals against Malaysia. And it looks like they're going to start in the XP lane here, just getting the level 2.
Ouch. Ooh. Ouch. Okay, so Philippines is doing the support XP rotation, which does mean Canon will get a little help here.
Here we are. This is the early game that we're talking about right now. Myanmar going ham with these heroes, specifically that Natalia and of course, that was a great hook.
That was blind.
Again, there was no way for the Philippines to follow that up.
How'd he do that? You know, that was a blind hook.
6 cents, bro.
6 cents, it's probably luck, but we're not gonna say that for Lunigo here. Team Philippines still trying to find a few early game steals inside the jungle of Myanmar, but Myanmar is closely guarding their jungles.
Could steal this away from Saison, although the answer is already level 4. Ooh, retreat.
Retreat.
Even.
Ooh.
To make sure that, you know, the Natalia is not going to be able to steal it away from him.
Yeah, one jump from Naomi actually will hurt very much in terms of stealing minions. The flicker being used as well by Unigo.
Wow, look at the pressure, just forcing flickers left and right.
Yeah, it's going to make it hard for Philippines to actually contest this turtle from this Barretts. They don't have the best kit for entry. Oh, unless...
No way. Philippines are already fighting here, even without the Bloody Hunt, and they will suffer first blood going over to Myanmar.
Rekishano still have no access for his Blazing Duet, means Myanmar will have free reign over this turtle, possibly, but Philippines, they touch it first, though.
Yeah, I think...
they're keeping it steady here.
I think Onigo was willing to give his life away to make sure that Myanmar responds back. And even though it was a good kill from Myanmar, they did have to lose some HP in the process. And Saison was like, I'm still healthy.
So that's basically the play, right? They're trying to keep the HP of Myanmar low. They don't need to kill them. They just need to make them back off from the turtle.
Yeah, and Myanmar still ahead by almost 1,000 gold. Means they've been farming quite effectively. Zippy's already on his corrosion scythe here. Might be a big thing if ever a fight does break out around the gold lane.
But if you're Myanmar, you're not happy with the state of the game. Even though you're leading by 300 gold, the only thing that you have against this squad, especially on the late game, is Naomi.
Right, and
they don't have any hard CC against this squad.
Actually, is actually quite powerful here is Ruby Didi, man! He's really got us very ferocious here.
Yeah, that electrifying bait, especially if you play your Rhythm of Joy perfectly, will hurt like a truck. But now 2v1, Canon.
Oh, Canon's really playing this. Force the flicker once more, man. Myanmar is forcing a lot of battle spells from the Philippine delegation, for sure.
Yeah, but Myanmar's not accomplishing anything. Like, yeah, you're scaling, you're still up against a Claude, both of you are scaling. And it's just a huge concern for Myanmar right now that this Barretts could have been any different jungler.
Yeah, and I do think that the nature of a Natalia pickup, the longer the game goes, the less value it gives you. It starts becoming more of a ward than an actual assassin.
Yeah, it's different, however, now, especially if there's an IPS. But still, your main concern right now is that Regishano has been untouched for 4 minutes.
Well, same to be said true about Zippy. Right now, Onigo hits the hook right on the docket. Onigo will fall though. Beautiful catch by Justin on the Pharaoh.
Canon might be in trouble here. Goes in.
Oh, penalty zone goes down. He will get gobbled up. Canon actually going to be super duper low, taken out by the blades of the carry.
And 2 kills going to the hands of Myanmar.
Done.
Might be in trouble. The double dash from Naomi. But Iron Hook lands in Justin. Here comes Rekishano with a Blazing Duet. But Ruby Didi will be able to save himself. And Ken will be securing the turtle as well.
Yeah, Philippines just not quite there yet, especially on the side of Reketiano.
Yeah, they need it from Myanmar. This is what their lineup is meant to be and meant to do. Now that they have a slight 2k gold lead for their side, they can utilize the carry to be able to get some pushes on the map. But the Eagle again with the hooks.
As good as his hooks are, it's not really resulting too much. here for the Philippines. So right now, though, Myanmar gonna try to make a play. Not really happening, though.
And now we're hearing, I think, a lot of the crowd inside KAMBOJA. I'm not sure who they're cheering for, though. Like, they're just having fun. I feel like that's still the essence of watching SEAGAMES. I'm having fun.
That's true, especially right now. If you are a Malaysian viewer, definitely you feel it right now. Sorry, Myanmar. There you go. The kill going over is actually pretty massive.
That's a big kill, yeah.
On the top side, with Rekitiana joining it right now. Naomi!
Liquor!
Man, that was clutch.
And that damage coming in from Naomi, he did have access to execute, but the threshold for HP still wasn't enough to kill off Rekitiano.
Yeah.
Rekitiano was forced to back off. Maybe Naomi will try for seconds.
Yeah, a lot of the steel leg plates being purchased inside the Philippines.
Onigo being punished so hard here with the attempt that he is.
Just making sure that they are able to push the tower here. Zippy is going to take that for their team. The Philippines, they're dodging these fights very, very well.
And Canon's not having a great time here on the Terizla. I gotta say, it's looking really dire for the Philippines so far, even though it is only 1.5k. They're slowly losing control of some parts of the map.
And last turtle of the game will be spawning in just a few seconds. Myanmar already in prime position to take it for themselves. Saison might be able to steal it away, but it will take a lot of skill.
Yeah, Saison is zipping, he's dodging, he's low, and he evaporated.
Man, the damage from Naomi.
Yeah, he attempted. Saison he was not able to take the turtle, but at the cost of a top lane tower. Philippines were willing to trade a turtle. Oh,
Rekitiano! Oh my goodness, he's definitely gonna fall there. Beautiful timing on the missiles from the Barats.
Yeah, quite weird that the Claude actually defended that push from Myanmar. Could have just been farming the top lane, but Myanmar again punishes these small steps coming out from Philippines.
Yeah, and a Divine Glaive on Ruby DD means he will hurt even more, and he's been hurting a lot already. Vengeance is up. You could say the same for the execute on Naomi 10 seconds from now. Anytime within the next 30 seconds could be a big team fight if Myanmar does take one.
And if they do go for a team fight, I don't know if the team is ready. Onigo once more, he bit, and he just went out without a fight here under the turret. Myanmar, they are overtaking this slowly but surely.
Yeah, again, the tempo that they have is really, really good on their side. The damage is there now for Naomi, especially with the die hit and execute. And Philippines, they're trying to keep up with the resources on the map.
And you can see Saison trying his best to clear as fast as possible. Naomi.
He's got some damage, but so far Saison, at least with that tank build Lancelot, will be able to shrug off some of that.
Rush Thunderbolt as well, so making sure that he has enough armor to deal with the heroes of Myanmar. And yeah, it's a Myanmar game as of now, but they have shut down Rekitiano even further.
Yeah, and Rekitiano right now, I do think that he's farmed quite a bit by Ruby DD though.
Ouch!
Oh, Ruby DD!
Arcangel hits hard.
He hurts. I think at this point, Arcangel is still very much a threat here. Naomi has to be careful. Oh.
Guardian's Helm pickup here for Saison. It's going to be crucial for the upcoming Lord Dance. And whenever we look at the Lord Dances, we always look at Philippines as a region. I do think that Philippines is the region that started these prolonged Lord Dances.
Yeah, but this time around it's hard to dance against Myanmar because of the presence of the Natalia and the Paramis. So Saison has to be really creative with the angles here. It's like Naomi sees it.
Saison again, all on his lonesome. The rest of the Philippine delegation is here. They're going for the 50-50 on the Lord. The fight's on the back. Zippy's actually gonna go down, but Lord will still go over to Myanmar. Fight's not done though. Justin, Canon trying to dive in as much as he can. Naomi's low. Justin will fall. It's a double for the Claude.
Ruby DD might be next, but the vengeance is there to save his life. Arcangel gets the kill on Ruby DD.
Oh, Saison!
Looks to be next.
Saison, man.
Son on the back end as well, but Justin's already there to save his friend. Nico!
No way, that was a beautiful hook there, and Ken will actually still try to fight it. He's confident, but you don't know. 4 members are actually behind you.
Ken?
Archangel got bursted. Justin is alive, but not for long.
One more hit.
One more hit would have done it, but he makes it out just in time.
And Myanmar, I do think that was a net loss with the Philippines taking a lot of kills.
Yeah, again, Saison committing for the Lord kill, but the main difference is 4 heroes on the side of Philippines actually committed onto the carry kill. Archangel found the carry and their sights were set. They did not care. They did not care about the Lord at all, because all they wanted to do is shut down the gold laner of Myanmar. They're playing to scale in this game, and by the way, very nice usage of spells coming out from Philippines. And Saison just being able to find Naomi on the back line, and he was able to get out, mind you, with a slither of health, but he found him on the top bushes.
And this is why the Lancelot is such a big priority for Philippines. Everybody knows how good Saison is on this pickup, and I do feel like Myanmar is starting to see why Saison is being given this hero to begin with.
Oof, he's actually leading the player gold here. And Rekishano has been able to catch up in this Claude. Again, as I've mentioned earlier, he will become a problem, because the thing is, ZP will most likely be focused on trying to deal damage, especially against the frontliners of PH, because Lancelot's not going to show himself over the carry, while Rekishano, he can just hit their barracks.
There's some weird plays happening here for Myanmar. They're trying to chase hard onto Saison. Then again, it's Onigo trying to keep him alive and makes him go down.
And look at the damage coming in from Ruby BB. If you pair that up with Naomi, they didn't even have to use the execute to get a kill on Onigo. Philippines, they did find a winning team fight, but Myanmar is still pretty much in control.
Yeah, when the attention is not divided like this, Myanmar, they're focused at just trying to take out heroes on the side of Philippines.
Able to stun down Canon. He's actually low, and the Cult Altar will go down. But so far, it looks like it will be in vain. A good defense by the Philippines.
Wait,
and
what?
Whoa!
Ruby Didi overstepping the boundaries there, diving inside the base, I believe, of the PH.
I think he dove, and Onigo was able to hook him back as well.
Massive overstep. And now, it's going to be a 4v5 for 19 seconds as the Lord spawns.
Saison though,
Bottom side of the map.
It is Illuminous Lord too. Saison on the top end of the map. Is this something of a message coming from Philippines, or they actually gonna give this away?
I don't think Myanmar is confident enough to just burst the Lord, especially that they don't have the damage, because they don't have the luxury of showing Zippy in front of the Lord here, because he will just be caught off guard by Philippines. Saison can actually catch up with Archangel if ever the Valentina just comes in.
Naomi's nowhere to be found here. He's actually pretty far away. He's near Archangel. He's near Rekitiano. But where's the fight gonna happen? That's a big question so far for the Philippines. And so I think at this point, Myanmar has a better position.
And Myanmar will be able to pull it back to their end too. This is the power of the Barats, the sheer sustain that it has to tank a lot of shots from the Lord. And Canon, Onigo, Archangel will be surrounding him for a while. They know for a fact that they cannot burst down this Barats, but you also have this Lord already in half HP. You have to respect that.
Naomi is looking for a potential kill on the backline. He sees the Claude. Ruby Didi though, gets the kill on Archangel.
The combo of Ruby Didi and Naomi demolished Archangel right there. Ruby Didi still alive, penalty zone is down. Justin again, very close by, but everyone just not seeing Zippy. Good positioning from the marksman of Myanmar.
3 for none.
Yeah, it's the Naomi factor. The vision that he saw the Claude and Valentina walk through mid, and ZP was in prime position to help and try and help to get the kill. Ruby Didi as well came in to the Valentina, and Philippines, they were just not ready.
The biggest question there was, before that Lord fight started, where was Naomi?
And they got answered by a claws to the face and probably an execute too. Myanmar now leads by 3,000. Look at the items coming in from Naomi. Full damage, Natalia, of course, that's the only way to build it. Still hurts a lot. That's 3 items locked in already.
Yeah, Wind of Nature built up now on Rekishano. And Saison still has that Molten Essence, so especially with the hybrid build. War Axe and end this battle. But again, as you've mentioned, this carry is going to start first. He will build up for the Rose Gold Meteor, especially against Valentina. It helps because it adds mobility to carry, and it provides a shield that blocks all sources of damage.
And a Rose Gold Meteor is also locked in here for Zippy, as you said. A lot of mitigation of damage here coming in from Myanmar. They could potentially get a lot of inhibitor turrets from here if Philippines can defend.
Let's see how they're going to pull up the defense with Lord on top side. They are able to clear on bot side. Unigo is starting the fight. That's another very, very long hook. But the Cold Altar comes out just in time, although it is now wearing off. Fight being initiated on by Saison. Zippy goes down. That's a 4v5 for a long time there. But the ultimas are out already for the Philippines. Another good hook coming into Ruby DD. Forces the Immortality out and makes him go down. Although there is a revenge play coming in from the Philippines by Naomi.
It's a 2-for-2. Saison and Arcangel goes down on the side of Philippines. Great play coming in from Naomi. Still has that execution.
Eagle was 4 good for 3.
3 for 3.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Philippines, after that kill, that was basically Unigo just using conceal and getting the hook land, like I believe it was Zippy. And even though Justin was able to save that team fight for Myanmar with the Cult Altar, they were met with the penalty zone coming out from Canon, and all of them focused on bringing down the carry. At some point, there were 3 frozen heroes on the side of Myanmar because after the Cult Altar, you stand there for 2 seconds and they took the full brunt of the damage from the Blazing Duet.
And Myanmar now will be leading this game still by 3,000. But as this game progresses longer, we're getting closer and closer to that point in time where everybody has items in. We're just waiting for the winner of the last team fight. Ruby DD has been very stellar in this game.
Yeah.
A 1-4-10 on this Joy. We asked during the draft if it could play this well, and looks like the answer is absolutely yes.
The spicy heroes are definitely perfect for Ruby DD right now. Although, I'm seeing a pattern right now though. Every time Myanmar gets a Lord, it's like they lose a little bit. I don't know why.
Canon.
So good right now with the Philippines playing with the Lord dances.
Well, Ruby DD, as much as he has been able to add much damage to Philippines, Arcangel is such a big problem, you know. Whenever he gets a Cult Altar, it feels like the Joy is sort of like forced into a position where he either needs to commit or needs to back off. You're always under the threat of being bloody hunted by the
Look at really the damage! Rushing into it! Saison can't survive and Naomi's certainly back! He's hunting down Saison! Lord's gonna go down! And Zippy will secure it! What's Philippines gonna do right now? No, it's gonna be the winner of the first Rhythm of Nature. Ruby DD on the side as well! Saison takes him out!
And Naomi hunting for his next prey! Finds Rakishano, and looks like Cannon is next, but he finds the quad only. Canon is still alive by an inch. The Immortality wouldn't be really popped there.
What a call by Myanmar.
What a performance coming off from this Natalia Naomi. Again, shredding the HP of Saison, and the Lancelot needed some space to recover. He did get some HP back, but when he returned, Myanmar was already finished with the Lord, with Zippy as well helping helping Ken to take out the objective, and Ruby DD offering himself towards the Lancelot was also crucial to that team fight for Myanmar.
Yes, beautiful decision making overall for the Myanmar squad.
The world is watching. A Lord in the mid lane. Philippines, can they defend this?
Big what if, but everyone is ready to go for the fight. It's going to be Daytona's Welcome going down, but it will be canceled. Ken is going to be suffering. So far, so good for Myanmar. They are able to push back the Philippines, but they're going to go for it. Saison playing around in the middle of everything. Penalty zone goes down by Canon. He's getting hit on by Zippy. Saison in the back. Beautiful by Unigo. Ruby DD will fall.
And Arcangel, he's still going at it, but he's all alone. Gets set up by his own Call Altar, but Unigo gets pulled in by Zippy here. Zippy trying to fight away with the Immortality still
Naomi?
up. Zippy, he's going in.
He is. He's not done. Naomi, who is going to be the target? Arcangel fights him, but he gets deleted. Oh man, that's 2 for none in the span of 30 seconds.
Naomi showing himself up towards the Lancelot, stop Saison from participating on that fight. Would have been amazing for the Philippines, but Ken also standing his ground with the kills from the Daytona's welcome. He was able to survive the initial damage burst coming out from Arcangel.
Saison, though, might be in trouble here. They still don't want to end this push. Myanmar might be overstaying their welcome.
Zippy is just so powerful right now. It's gonna be hard for the Philippines to stand up to this guy. But the hook goes down, and Justin is gonna be the victim. Saison trying to make his mark, trying to help out Riquitiano as much as he can. Able to clear out the minions in time.
Oh my goodness, these hooks coming out from Onigo is what's stopping from Myanmar in taking this game. You know, this game feels like Myanmar's already, especially with Naomi's performance. Onigo with the hooks, with the hunt on Ruby Didi, stopping all possible aggression from Myanmar.
And you know, the thing about Onigo in this game is that he will land the most crucial hook to extend this game further for Philippines. And for Myanmar, Naomi feels like that homing missile where he just finds those people that actually needs to be eliminated and finds them alone, destroys them one by one. And Naomi is already known as a great Natalia player, but I do feel like he got even better.
Look at Saison, he's making sure that there's no Natalia around the vicinity, but still they're not showing
He knows.
themselves.
He's there. They can feel each other, I'm sure. High level MLBB so far.
They don't know. They don't know the Lancelot's here. Okay.
The Lancelot. Oh, there it is. Naomi will find him. There's a combo, and somehow Saison dodges it.
No puncture, I think, for the Lancelot.
Now, what's it gonna be? Half HP on the Lord. Onigo with a conceal. But apparently, Philippine Sphinx, it's just not worth it to go in just yet.
Are they thinking that this is a feint? There's a big wave up top. Naomi could go for the end here.
Does feel like it. Naomi's in the back. Arcangel is a big problem. Saison gonna be able to dodge on out Daytona's welcome.
Oh, the reset on
And the reset is gonna happen. Naomi's godlike. Zippy gets a kill as well. It's a 3v5 defense.
Oh,
what a macro call from Myanmar. The diversion in execution.
Yeah, and again, Naomi, he knew that somebody had to defend, and it was the Valentina, it was the Arcangel. Without the Valentina, without a copy of the call counter, they cannot fight. And the reason the Lord Onigo, figure out.
It's a 3v5. Don't forget, it's only 30 seconds before Canon and Arcangel makes their way back. So I think it's gonna have to be the reset for the Philippines for now.
And we're already 22 minutes in. When we think about the Natalia, we always think about how it's a big early game threat. But this is definitely, most definitely in the late game already.
He's like a nuke.
And he's like a nuke. He 100-0 a lot of people.
Alright, so it's going to be a big question. Can the Philippines hold, though?
Our base lock?
Yeah, it's a base lock, and I don't think they can survive long enough. It's a 1-0. Myanmar ahead.
Look at this. Myanmar going ham, finding the weakness of Philippines. You could see in their faces how satisfying is it to strike first blood.
You have to respect Naomi here, the amount of pressure that he put in the Philippine side. With the Natalia rocking that dire hit, again, the damage is always going to be enough against this squishy force and squishy supports. Even Arcangel did not expect for him to just melt down as quickly as that.
And we're talking about a Lancelot that was quite tanky too.